So, we got to talk about the music business because a lot of my friends always call me up and hit me up online that are music artists, that are either writers, performers, producers, or publishers. And they always ask me, do I need a manager? Do I need a lawyer? Do I need an agent? Do I need guidance in the industry? Now, first and foremost, the music business is a representation business. If you don't have someone representing you in any facet, that means you're going to be representing yourself. The worst thing you can do as talent is negotiate for yourself or represent yourself. So what are the steps? First, you need a great lawyer. Second, you need a great manager. Third, you need a financial advisor. And fourth, you need a publicist to tell your story. These are all the things that are important to running your business. I get these emails on my computer every day when I wake up, and people are asking me questions from all over the world saying, hey, why do I need a lawyer? I'm an artist and I'm going into a negotiation. I'm going to sign a deal with a distribution company to distribute my music digitally, and I don't feel like I need a lawyer. Or I have a manager that wants to manage me. I'm going to sign the management agreement without consulting with an attorney. Well, I'm going to tell you, that is a big mistake to ever sign a deal as an artist, writer, publisher, or performer without the benefit of having an attorney on your side. Please have an attorney read through all your documents before you ever do business or commit yourself to an agreement, because whatever you sign, there's a law in the United States that constitute that if you put your John Hancock on a piece of paper and sign a commitment, that you are obligated to that individual and they are obligated to you. I've seen time and time again, artists sign deals, writers sign deals, and they don't use an attorney. What ends up happening in that case? You hear all of these artists saying, oh, this manager took advantage of me. Oh, this label took advantage of me. Oh, this distributor took advantage of me. Oh, somebody owns my publishing and I didn't mean to sign all my rights away. This all happens because you're not an expert in the field of contracts. You're also not an expert in the field of negotiation. And you're not an expert in the field of consulting yourself. So this is one of the reasons why it's so important to have a lawyer if you're an artist that plans to go commercial, or you have someone who wants to partner with you in some type of deal or partnership. Because if you don't have a lawyer, you're going to find yourself in a lawsuit. You might find yourself in a situation where things that were promised are not happening. Or you might have expectations about a contract because you've built a relationship or friendship with that individual who wants to do a deal with you. So you're basing that relationship on the outcome that that individual is going to do right by you. Well, I can tell you as an artist and a performer that that never happens. And I could tell you things that you thought that were in the agreement or an understanding that you had with someone, it doesn't come to the exact way that you thought it would come. As a matter of fact, when you go back into the agreement that you signed, you didn't question all of those things in that agreement. You didn't look at all the nuances in that agreement. You didn't look at all the commitments within that agreement, and you also didn't look at all the expectations in that agreement. So you sign it out of desperation sometimes, out of being excited, you're emotional, or either you just don't want to lose an opportunity and you feel that it's go time now. But I could tell you again, 100% of the time, the artist always has complaints. Never sign a contract without an attorney. Because if not, you're going to find yourself in a very sticky position. For example, there have been many artists in my career that I've represented. And when I sit down with those artists, the first thing they tell me when I start managing them or start consulting to manage them, that I've signed 3 or 4 deals and I'm in 3 different lawsuits with these deals, or I signed this deal and this happened, and their career is just at a stop and a standstill. And they spend more time in litigation and more time in arbitration or more time fighting within a negotiation to get out of an agreement because no one took the time to properly read that agreement and they didn't take the time to have an attorney represent them. So now they spend more years of their life trying to get out of a contract than actually move forward in creating revenue and success with their career. You avoid that by having an attorney. You avoid that by dealing with a professional in the industry that's used to representing talent, that will read that agreement that you're being offered and tell you, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to sign this? Do you want this to be better? Do you want a term this long? Would you like a shorter term? Is there enough gas in the tank of this business to take your career to the next level? But what a lawyer gives you the promise of is that before you put your John Hancock on that piece of paper, that you're going to know exactly what you're getting into. Let's stop hearing and seeing all the things on social media where artists sign deals without lawyers, and now they're very unhappy. So to all my people watching, it's imperative, important, use an attorney. The second part is, I always get asked, Juan G, should I have a manager? Well, let's talk about it. A manager is supposed to use their best efforts to help you in making great decisions in your career and try to find ways to grow your career and take your career to the next level. A manager is someone who has experience and knowledge and a certain education about their business through time that could help give you the right ideas. So a manager's role is really to help you think out of the box. A manager's role is really to give you ideas that you did not think of. That's what a good manager does. But a key to a great manager is a manager not only believing in you, but a manager has to feel that he or she has the ability to take you to the next level in your career. If you look at Justin Bieber and Scooter Braun, that is probably the model relationship with artist and manager. Scooter Braun has had a ton of experience in the promotion business. He's had a ton of experience working with artists. And we all know Scooter Braun's been working at this for maybe 20 years. So when he founded Justin Bieber, he had a lot of experiences and relationships in the industry, and he took a bet on Justin, and Justin's family took a bet with Scooter, and it was a match made in heaven. We can see in that career the success of both Scooter Braun and Justin Bieber. But not everybody's going to have a relationship like Scooter Braun and Justin Bieber. And not everyone's going to find a well-experienced manager who's had the experience that Scooter Braun has had. Or sometimes they have family members managing them. Now, there are a lot of families out there who have great artists and talent in their families. But it doesn't mean that your mother or your father or your brother or someone should be managing you if they don't have the experience. I'm not saying that family can't manage, but whoever's managing you has to have a background in management. If they don't, it could be detrimental to your career. And I've seen it time and time again with certain clients that I've had. Their family became a problem, and their family was actually holding them back. Please, if you're going to let your mother or father manage you, or a family member, make sure they have the education, the experience, and the due diligence, and the attitude to be a great manager. If not, it's a disaster. I've seen a lot of parents manage their children's career into the ground. So how does one find the right manager? Well, the first thing that I say, you could always check on someone's reputation in the management field. You could always ask others in the business, what were their experiences working with that manager? You could also figure out what their clients were that they had before you to figure out what is that relationship like. Now, we understand that everybody's relationship is different, and everybody has a different relationship with their particular manager. Because a lot of times people contact me and say, well, this person managed this person, so that means I'm going to be as successful as their last client. I'm afraid to tell you the truth, that is not true. Just because someone's had a tremendous success with that manager, that doesn't mean that you will. And there are many reasons why sometimes the formula does not work. Now, that manager could be great in their thing that they do as a manager, but they get into your life and it just doesn't work. The chemistry between you two just don't come together. But you also, as a talent, have to be manageable. You have to be willing to take advice from your manager. I see a lot of artists all the time who are super talented, that are incredible, but they won't grow in their career because they won't be managed. They refuse to be managed. I could tell you, in my experience in managing, I've had tons of clients who committed to do things that they were supposed to do and how they were going to run their business that I was going to manage. And somewhere down the line, they stopped doing the things that they needed to do. And the more coaching I came along with, and the more direction that I tried to improvise, they didn't take it. And that artist ended up hurting their career more because that artist felt like they had the control and the responsibility to make those critical decisions. I always tell people, if you're going to sign a management deal, sign a management deal for 12 months to 24 months. Why? That gives you perfect enough time to get to know someone. And all of us could spare a year and a half of our career to figuring out if the fit is right. Do we get along? Do we understand each other's vision? Are we there for each other? Do we respect one another? Do we both have the same integrity? If not, you're not going to achieve your goals, because you and your manager will both be in the car of life and you both are grabbing the steering wheel. One needs to be the passenger, one needs to be the driver. So we see a lot of artists and a lot of talent in the world end up hurting their career because they signed with the wrong management. If they both don't have that vision of the business that they're both building, it's going to be very hard to become successful. It's a very fluid relationship between the artist and the talent and the manager. Are you ready to commit yourself to this manager? Is the manager ready to commit themselves to you? What is the vision between you both? Because a manager and an artist are both equally important. There's give and take and give. Respect your manager. Managers respect your client. Work well together. Make sure that they're the right one for you. The third thing that I always hear with artists and talent, do I need a money manager? Well, I've dealt with a ton of artists who have financial problems, who have been in all types of financial issues, that make a lot of money. The fastest they make the money is the fastest they spend it. Why does that happen? It happens because a lot of artists don't have financial responsibility. They don't understand financial principles of making money. So yes, to anybody out there that's watching, it's extremely important when you start making money in the music business, you need a financial advisor. You need somebody to tell you about paying your taxes, how to manage your books and your expenses, and you need someone to tell you that if you're in a place where you're budgeting properly. Let's stop hearing stories that artists made tens of millions of dollars and now they're broke or don't have any money and now they're finished financially. Let's stop all these things. It is extremely important for you to have a financial advisor. The fourth thing that people ask me all the time, do I need a publicist? In the beginning phases, no one really needs a publicist. You're your own PR. Because most publicists who are professional publicists charge for their services. So publicity could be very expensive. So what I say, be your own publicist in the beginning. And as you rise and create success and you have something to PR, because you have a business that's actually working or a career that's actually catching on fire, then if you want to think bringing in a publicist in, that's perfect. But no, you don't need a publicist at a certain time in your career. But when you start becoming commercially successful and you're getting shows and concerts and TV show offers or red carpet offers, that's when it's very important to have a publicist to tell your story. That's when it's very important to have a publicist write about a charity event that you're involved in, or this act that have picked you to be involved with them, or a red carpet event that you're invited to, and it was a special exclusive VIP event, and you want to talk about you were there. Or you have a song that's commercially breaking out, and now you want to get on the variety shows. You want to visit a Jimmy Kimmel, or you want to be on a Carson Daly at night, or you want to be on a Ryan Seacrest show, or you want to be on the radio. PR does that, but it takes a certain level in your career for you to need that PR to do that for you. Take things in a step. Build your career to a certain level where your career actually starts making money. And if you can afford a publicist that is right for you, that will help your career move forward. So remember, for those out there who are asking me about PR, wait till it's the right time. There's a cost of doing business with a PR agent, and it only works for you at a certain point in your career. There is no secret sauce or a road to success. Success happens in many different ways. And success has an imprint and a fingerprint to how you make it happen. But these are the rules and principles that artists should follow. I'm Juan G, and that's my advice on the music business.